I'm making this series as both a philosophical and a layman's terms for Neville Goddard's teachings, as well as other law of attraction, and apparently, from what I've heard from friends, chaos magic. The two tend to intertwine a lot. Okay. First off, before I get into a layman's version of a technique, I want to talk about how there is a lot of what's the word I want to go for here? There is a lot of toxic positivity within the amateur realm, where they say they accept something, but they don't even know what that means. Because are they accepting it as an external, or are they accepting it as an internal? Because what I mean is, it's one thing to accept somebody else's interpretation of reality, and it's another to accept your own interpretation. For example, I could link to this one video where I saw a comment where someone was like, going after my specific person, I don't obsess over them. I just accept the fact that they could happen in my life, and you are not entitled, sweaty, to, we hear that bullshit on Reddit enough. We don't need to hear it from you, dog. It's like, you're not entitled to. Yes, you are. That is the first thing you should learn if you're going to be delving into law of attraction, chaos magic, whatever. The first thing you need to learn is that you are indeed entitled. Because if you're not entitled, then why the fuck are you doing it to begin with? That makes no sense. It makes no sense to pursue something unless you feel a certain level of entitlement to it. So yes, you are entitled to that specific person. And there are other arguments to be made about how, well, you can't break free will. Who says? You do it all the time. You go to work, don't you? You don't want to go to work, but you do. Guess what? Somebody's breaking your free will. But no, not even that. It's the fact of the matter that there are a lot of rationalizations and a lot of explanations for why things happen the way they do and how they can happen simultaneously despite the so-called contradictions. But the fact of the matter is, you need to understand that you are entitled to the things that you desire. If you were not entitled to them, then why are you existing? Do you think you exist here to suffer? Let's get that out of the way. Do you think you exist here to suffer? It's a yes or no question. If you do not believe that, then you are entitled. It's just that simple. And knowing that simplicity, we can then carry on to different techniques that may or may not work for you. I'm not claiming that everything I say is going to just change your life miraculously. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But I can give you tips and, advice that I've heard personally from friends and from other videos and the teachings of Neville Goddard himself. And then from there, you can piece together and rationalize your own deck building, so to speak. Because if you play card games, you'll understand what I'm saying here, that, I could give you a meta deck, and it could be one of the, best tournament play decks in the format. But that doesn't mean it'll work for you. Everybody's different. Everybody likes to play different. Everybody comprehends the card mechanics different. So what might be a meta deck might require you to go about it a little differently to get the hang of it, and then you might actually be better than the so-called meta deck. I don't know. But that's the gist of what I attempt to do here. Because just like card games, the best way you can improve your own game is to help others improve theirs. Because this has nothing to do with, oh, I'm just so compassionate and loving. I'm not. But the fact of the matter is, you get better when you see other people getting better, because it lets you see a new perspective on the same game. You see them doing their decks, and then it gives you ideas and inspiration of how to help your own deck, etc. And then before you know it, everybody's got a big deck. Anyway, so that's it for this video.